Hey YouTube, Justin with TAC 2 Weapons for the Second Amendment. Back with part 2 on the Vr80 tear down to clean. Now, here's the stuff that you're going to need for the cleaning process. Any kind of oil to oil all the stuff when you put it back. And some kind of gun solvent. Here we have Hoppy's number 9. Powder solvent, and I'll show you what we're going else to be need. Some cleaning patches, a small tiny bristled brush to clean the gas ports, and a rag also, and a cleaning rod with a 12 gauge tip. So what we're going to do first is clean the gas system. That even includes your gas piston. You can see it's pretty nasty. You want to also wipe the inside of this out because the gas system it operates through this thing. So, that's what else you're going to do. First of all, on the gun itself, we have, like I mentioned in the last video, you have this gas ring hole system here on the barrel. There's 3 holes that you got to clean. And you can see it's pretty nasty there after shooting all that ammo we did in the last couple of videos. So we're going to start by doing the barrel first. Just take a little bit of powder solvent, whatever you're going to use on that. You don't need a whole lot of this. Just take and lightly dip it on the rag in a couple of spots. Just enough to get a little wet spot there. Start by wiping this whole entire surface. You want to get that thing, well, that whole system right there cleaned, so you know your gun will be functioning smooth as possible. This is like a polyester rag, shop towel, which works fine because it's a little bit kind of like rough material, and it will help clean just like that. And just make sure you go all the way down through here where the shiny spot is. Make sure there's no contaminants on that entire area. It should look like that when you got it pretty much cleaned. You want it pretty, well, just like this. Next, what we're going to do is take our small bristled brush and just dip it down into this powder solvent to clean out these gas ports. Like I said, there's 3 of them, so you want to push down in there and twist it a little bit so it'll go in. And you can see they're in an angle for the gas system to operate. So just push it down in there just a hair, twist it around, and pull it back out. And you can see all the residue that came out when you stuck it in there. Now the one on the bottom, it's right here. Do the same thing. Stick it down in there. Move it around a little bit. Pull it back out. Then your last one. Over here on this side. And then pull it back out. Set the brush aside. Take the rag again. Wipe the entire outside area again. just with the dry part of the rag. And there it is. You can see that's clean as can be, like it was when it was new. Now we're going to take the wet spot on the rag again. We're going to wipe these entire gas component systems out. We'll stick it inside this piece, wipe it out, and you can see it was pretty dirty. Next is our gas ring. We want to get this thing clean. So start by the inside part, wipe it out. It will remain discolored to a point, but that's typical because you got a lot of heat and pressure coming out of the system. Then again, it may clean it up like new almost. It just depends. Wipe the surfaces of it off. Now this is going to be the tricky spot here. You can see this real small groove. So what we're going to try and do, put the rag around it, or our finger on the backside, and push down hard into them grooves. And I'll show you something else you can do if this don't work. Well, I'm going to use my fingernails to scrape the grooves out through the rag. And you can see it's clean in that. So that's doing a pretty good job. Just keep doing that until you get that thing pretty well clean. Which it doesn't take very much with the powder solvent. Just go all the way around it. Up and down the grooves again. I'm going to do all the grooves here real quick and show you guys what it looks like when it's done. But that's pretty much typical on the gas system to get that dirty after firing. That only had probably about 4 mags probably fired through it before the last cleaning, and it was that dirty. You just want to maintain the gas system pretty much after you fire so many rounds through it. And it should look like that pretty much when it's done. As you can see there, the inside of it too. We're going to also clean the cap because you don't know if it can get up in there too, which we'll find out here in a minute. Wipe it completely out. Yeah, it's getting in there too. So we want to wipe that system out by just doing it like that. Turned out pretty nice. I'm just going to wipe the top of it off too, just be on the safe side. I want to do the gas rings. Also, I'll show you these. These are like a half moon clip. And they're pretty much the same, so it doesn't matter how you put these back on. Long as they go around the barrel, it'll look like that once it's on the gun. But the barrel will be sticking up through the center. So we're going to wipe these off. Because all this system, the entire system in there moves. The only thing this is going to do is turn maybe a little bit on the gun. Yeah, it was a little bit dirty. So there's that. Well, that's all you have to pretty much do, is just make sure you go through it, clean it real good, get all the excess stuff off of it, so the entire system will operate again. And I'll show you how to check all that too when it's done. I got my finger stuck around the rag, reaching up in this piece, wiping it out where the solvent was on the rag. As you can see, it's looking pretty good in there. So So you can see there's residue right here when you're wiping. It comes right out. Just like that. But it should be completely smooth. And you should be able to see nothing at all. And it's going to be typical for the paint to come off in here, because that's cycle metal on metal. So now the last step is to swab our barrel out. Now we're going to take 2 patches like this, fold it, take the powder solvent like that, 1, 2, put a little wet spot on it like that. Then we'll take our cleaning rod. I have to refold this one more time. We're going to stick it through this hole. The reason why I used 2 patches, because sometimes when you're trying to swab the barrel, you can't get all that stuff out of it just with one. It moves around too much in the barrel. So we're going to stick this down to the barrel until you see it in the action. Just keep moving it up and down for a few seconds. And yeah, we're pretty dirty in there. So what we're going to do this one more time. Take our patch part, stick it in the action, look down through the barrel, and see how our barrel is looking. It actually looks pretty clean in there, which needs a little bit more though. There's still some little bit of residue in there. Yeah. So pretty much a typical, depends on the use on how black it's going to come out of the barrel. So we're going to do it one more time. We're going to take this patch off, flip it around, and feed it back through. This one I'm going to do different this time too. I'm going to feed the corner of the patch through, just to be on the safe side. So it looks like it's half and half, like that. And we'll wrap one end of it like this, so it's all the way around the patch. And we'll take our powder solvent again on this side of the patch and dampen it. Then we're going to run it back down through the barrel again, and we're going to hold it like this. So when we put it on the end of the barrel, it slides right down in there, and it will be snug. So that's going to work pretty good. These are cotton patches too, by the way. You want that barrel completely clean. Make sure there's no debris in there. Mostly it's just lightly coated with a little bit of powder residue, but you can see how that's turning out. It's getting cleaner. So on this piece of cloth, toss that down here real quick. Lean the gun up here. I'm going to take another patch, slide it onto this, then we'll wrap it a little bit different, and slide straight down the barrel again. you can see, she's getting clean. There's very little residue there. Okay, we're going to flip this around again to where we're going to use this clean side. And pull that through. And just wrap it again to where it's like that. Push it back down through until you see it come through the action. And we're going to check it. So yeah, that's pretty getting good there. I just need to do it one more time, I think. So we're going to double fold it. And then this time we got one patch. We want to see how good it comes. We're going to fold it up about like that. Put this back down here for you guys. Feed it through the hole again. Then we're going to wrap it. We're going to take this, we're going to flatten it like this and just keep twisting around. What we're doing is just make sure we get the entire inside edge of the barrel. And we'll pull it back off. And voila. That's just off my fingers, but you can see she's clean now. So that is pretty much the walkthrough on how to clean the barrel system on the VR80. Comment, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you guys later. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the reassembly.